Today we'll talk about why algo traders fail so much and the reasons why behind a lot of people trying out algos are not working out and not making any profit with them. Let's dive right in. If you've ever been into the algo market, you look at these websites, either my Facebook or the websites where they show algos, and if you look for the highest performing algo all the time, you're sure to fail. That's because these algos are often over-optimized. They kind of work too hard on them. They kind of filter out all the bad trades, only take the best trades possible. And then the result just not work out. You go in the market, it's going to crash. The results will be horrible, and you'll just lose your whole account with it. So if you look for the highest performing algos, 1,000% per year, the 300% a month, that stuff doesn't work out. Even below that, doesn't work out either. So be careful what you select. Be careful not to go for these over-optimized algos that will just kind of blow your account over time. The second way why a lot of algo traders fail in the beginning is that they don't understand the strategy and the logic behind the algos. So if you have an algo you buy online or you just check out, or you copy from someone else, and don't understand the strategy behind it, the reason why it works, the logic behind it, it's going to be very hard to follow it because you don't know if it's going to work or not in different conditions. And so if you understand the strategy more, you understand the parameters behind it, why the strategy works, why it doesn't work sometimes, then you can start to make better decisions on it and start to trust the process of the algos. If you always try to kind of take a strategy out there, you're fine. You don't know the rules behind it, why it works, why it doesn't work, when it's actually work better, when it's actually not work better, then you'll be stuck and kind of have to decide based on the moment and feel stressed about the results. It's scary to see an algo take 5 losing trades without knowing the strategy behind it and why it should still work out in the future. So if you are going to buy an algo or call your own, understand the rules behind the strategy, why it works, what's the logic behind, what makes it good long-term, then start trade that algo later on in the market. The third reason why people fail with algos is that they add too many filters. It's very tempting to want to add more filters to cut the bad trades and losing trade and get better results. But as you add too many filters, you have more chance to over-optimize the algo. So making it too good and it's going to just crash in the future. So when you kind of filter out the bad trades in the past, all the bad times the algo didn't perform well, you're making it more tough for you to perform better in the future. So if you have many filters with the conditions of the market, candlesticks, try to cut all the bad trades, then it's going to be very likely to not work out in the future. That's not to say you can add filters though. You should add filters to filter different things in different pairs or different conditions in the market you don't want to trade in. But doing too much of that is definitely counterproductive. The other reason why I see people fail with using my algos is because I've opened up my algos last year to traders trading them on their own account. And I see the biggest thing is people, they turn it off. They are scared they will lose money in the account. Therefore, they turn off the algos. So if you turn off the algo by seeing it will not work out because you have a few losing trades and you're not letting it play out, then it's likely that the current trades won't happen because you've turned off the algo before. Anytime we trade out of fear, whether it's manual or with algos, we cut off the performance of the strategy. We cut off the edge, the metrics over time. We have a few losses, we turn it off. Therefore, we cannot see the wins coming in the future. So it's important to let it play out. Maybe it's going to go a little bit beyond the maximum drawdown you thought it would take, a little bit beyond that drawdown, but it's still important to keep it on and keep it going, see the results of that algo. Any kind of strategy, you should expect it to have bigger drawdowns than what you've done in the backtest. So if you have a 10% drawdown, expect a 15% drawdown live. If you've seen in backtest like 20% drawdown, expect a 30% drawdown. So 1.5 to 2 times the drawdown should be expected when you trade live with the algo or even manual, because we cannot know all the stats in the backtest. We can know part of the stats, and we have to extrapolate these and make them a bit bigger for manual trading. All right, then the last reason why people fail with algos is they blindly put it on all different pairs, all different assets. Now, I've talked about the fact you cannot be filtered down too much and add too many filters. You don't want to over-optimize. But at the same time, you don't want to trade the same thing on all the pairs because different pairs have different characteristics, different movements, different volatilities. And having small filters on this can help, but putting an algo on all different pairs, all different time frames won't work out. I see people do this a lot of my own algos. I tell them you got to backtest it first. You got to go through the stats. You got to test it, the settings, see how it performs. But they just test it one time on one pair and put it in all the pairs, the 30 pairs they have on the platform. They just lose money on all these pairs. We want to test it out first, the data behind the algos first, why it works, why it doesn't work in the strategy, and you'll most likely be a much better algo trader. So any questions, make sure you comment below. I would love to see your comments and your questions in the video. And any thoughts you have, any questions, I might be able to answer in the next video. So I would love to have them in the comment section below. And make sure you subscribe if you haven't yet. I publish videos like this 3 times a week. One on Sunday, 2 in the week, where I teach you stuff about trading, my tips, my experience, my lessons. And I'll catch you back here in the next video pretty soon. Ciao.